What's good, y'all? Blacksmith here, and today I'm here to talk about Abigail. Yeah, the character right here, and the name of the movie, because there's something wrong with her. Yeah, see, the thing is, she's a vampire, which in turn makes this whole movie about vampires. And we all know it's been a long time since we've seen a good vampire movie. So, was this movie enough to bring back the vampire craze in movies that was once had in 2008? Let's talk about it. This movie centers around a group of criminals who kidnap a 12-year-old girl and hold her for ransom inside this luxurious-looking house, who they come to find out is a vampire who they now have to fight and use any means to survive. So yeah, pretty basic story, nothing too fancy about the plot, so let's get into these pros and cons. One of the big pros for me was the level of violence in this movie. The trailers do a really good job at hiding just how violent and gory this movie is. So if you're a bit squeamish, this movie's not for you. There will be a lot of blood. My next pro is the wardrobe of each character. Each character in this movie looked their part and they were able to play it very well, especially Abigail. The movie made sure that no matter what was happening, that this girl right here was a ballerina. And this movie was a little fun because throughout the times that she was being violent, she was doing a lot of the dance moves that you would see ballerinas do. So they were able to keep a level of fun and engagement to the character's appearance throughout this movie. Even the criminal characters all looked different. They all had different backstories and they all looked like what they were supposed to be. The next pro would have to be the execution of the story. Again, the premise sounds pretty basic, but the way they were able to execute it was very entertaining, very violent, in a fun way. They were able to keep me engaged, which I would think they would keep any audience watching it engaged. And also when it came to the writing, the sarcasm was great. Now, I wouldn't say this movie was particularly scary, but I would say this was more thrilling, but it also had a great balance of humor in it as well. So no jump scares here, just a bunch of great dialogue and great violence. And speaking of dialogue, unfortunately, that's part of the first con. A lot of the dialogue, especially in the beginning of the movie, was getting very corny and kind of cringeworthy. Now, I'm going to chalk that up to them establishing the characters, but some of the dialogue, especially in the beginning of the movie, was very eye-rolling and just was like, it was unnecessary. It was just very odd for me to hear grown adults talking like teenagers while planning to kidnap a kid. This brings me to my next con, character development. Now, there is a time in the movie where characters do give their backstories to a certain degree, and unfortunately, even times after that, they still try to make the audience care about the characters going through their trials and tribulations personally while running away from a vampire. There's really no time to be talking about your personal troubles back home while you're running away and hiding and fighting a vampire. That just didn't look too good to me. If you're trying to get the audience to care about a character, let all that information come out at once while they're sharing their backstories, not sharing part of their backstory and then another part later on, then another part later on. That's just not good. Because after a certain point, we don't care about the characters' backstories. We just want to see if they survive. This didn't take away from the acting, but when it came to the character development, it just wasn't executed right in my eyes. So, is this movie going to bring back the vampire craze? Probably not, but it's a good start. I think if more movies were to come out like this that were vampire themed, yeah, we could love vampires again. This is a good start. It was a very enjoyable movie, and I suggest y'all checking this one out. Thanks for checking out my review. Let me know if you plan on seeing this movie. Let me know if you've already seen it and what you thought about it. Let me know what you thought about this review, and give this video a like and your boy a follow. I really appreciate it. And until next time, peace.